Have you ever felt like the universe was quietly moving pieces around in the background, shifting timelines, redirecting energy, delaying things you wanted, only to lead you somewhere even more meaningful? There's a reason for the delay, a reason for the silence, a reason you felt drawn to this message right now. Because today, the angels want you to know something sacred. The universe is not working against you. It's working for you. And right now it is rearranging everything so that you and this person, yes, the one you can't get out of your mind, can finally meet again. But this time, in the right way. With hearts wide open. With clarity. With divine timing on your side. You are not imagining it. That stirring in your heart, the dream that won't fade, the sense that you're meant to cross paths again, it's all real. The universe has been guiding both of you through a journey of healing, growth, and quiet transformation. And even though the path hasn't been easy, it's been necessary. This is what the angels want you to understand now. Because while you may have felt forgotten, abandoned, or left behind, your soul has been remembered every step of the way. And so has theirs. Let's go back for a moment. Do you remember when you first met this person? How something about them felt familiar, even if you couldn't explain it. Maybe it was a glance, a conversation, an unexpected connection. It didn't have to be perfect, but it felt different. Because your souls recognized each other. Even if life got in the way. Even if fear, confusion, or timing separated you. The angels reveal now, it was never the end. It was only an interruption. A sacred pause. So that each of you could become who you were meant to be, for each other. You see, the universe often pulls people apart. Not to break them, but to build them. And that's exactly what's been happening behind the scenes. Here's what the angels are showing me now. This person you've been thinking about? They haven't forgotten you. Not even for a second. They've tried to bury their feelings. They've distracted themselves. Told themselves it was just a moment. But their heart knows better. Because something about you has shifted them. Something about your presence has awakened emotions they had long shut down. And now, as the universe begins rearranging the timelines, this person is starting to feel everything again. They may not know how to express it. They may not have the words yet. But they feel the pull. Just like you do. Why now? You may be wondering. Why after all this time? Because now, your energy has changed. Their soul is ready. And the pieces that once didn't fit are finally falling into place. The angels are showing me that both of you needed to walk through certain fires alone. To break free from old patterns. To confront fears. To remember your worth. Because divine love doesn't arrive in chaos. It arrives when you're ready to hold it. And now, that moment is near. Let's pause here, dear soul. Breathe. Let this truth sink in. You are not waiting. You are aligning. Every act of self-love you've made lately. Every time you chose healing over bitterness. Every moment you believed in something greater. It wasn't in vain. The universe took note. And so did your person. They may not have said it out loud. But they've felt you. Energetically. Emotionally. Spiritually. Even when you thought they forgot. Even when you were convinced they moved on. They never stopped holding space for you. And now, the universe is asking them to stop running. And start remembering. You see, reunions like this don't happen by chance. They are orchestrated by the divine. Timed by the stars. Guided by angels. And yours is unfolding now. There's a whisper in the universe tonight. One that says, it's almost time. Time to speak what was never said. Time to forgive what was never healed. Time to love in the way you always knew was possible. The angels want you to prepare your heart. Not in fear, but in faith. Because soon, this person may re-enter your life. It could be through a message, an unexpected meeting, a dream that feels too vivid to disregard. When it happens, don't doubt it. Don't second guess. You'll know. Because this time, the energy will feel different. Clearer. Calmer. Genuine. Because the universe doesn't make mistakes. It moves mountains when hearts are ready. And both of your hearts are ready now. You were never forgotten, dear soul. Only being prepared. Prepared to receive a love that matches your light. A connection that honors your soul. And now, after all the waiting, after all the wondering, after all the moments when you almost gave up, the universe is about to surprise you. Not with the old version of love you once knew, but with a new beginning. One that feels like home. Because that's what you are to each other. Home. So keep walking in faith. Keep loving yourself. Keep trusting the divine process. Because what's coming is not just a reunion. It's a realignment of two souls who were never truly apart. Only becoming ready to finally meet again. This connection that's forming or reforming is not ordinary, and your heart already knows it. That's why no matter how much you've tried to move on, distract yourself, or silence the feelings, they return like the tide, gentle but insistent. The angels want you to understand that this person's energy is also resonating with yours. They may be physically distant or emotionally unavailable at times, but spiritually, they are connected to you. And that's not just a poetic notion, it's a divine truth. You are part of each other's soul story. The universe is bringing them back into your orbit, not because you need them to be whole, but because both of you have reached a point where true love can actually thrive. You see, love isn't always about grand gestures or picture-perfect moments. Sometimes, love is quiet. It's found in timing, in alignment, in two people who have weathered their individual storms and finally arrive with open hearts. That is what this moment is about. Not unfinished business. Not nostalgia. But readiness. You are being called into a new chapter, not a repeat of what was, but a sacred unfolding of what could never happen before, because neither of you was truly ready. But now, the blocks are dissolving. Old patterns are fading. Fear is being replaced by trust. The universe is orchestrating divine timing with such precision, and every experience you've had until now has been leading you right here. And yes, the angels want to validate something else you may have felt. Signs. Repeating numbers. Dreams that feel all too real. Songs that play at just the right moment. These aren't coincidences, they are confirmations. Every time you feel your heart tug, every time your intuition whispers their name, you're receiving a signal. A message. A divine echo that this reunion is in motion. And even if your mind doesn't understand how, your soul knows that love like this doesn't simply disappear. It evolves. It matures. It finds its way back, because it was always meant to. There's a sacred shift occurring, and it's not just external. You're transforming. This version of you is wiser, softer in the right places, stronger in the places that once were weak. And because of that, your energetic field has changed. You are no longer a match for the kind of love that leaves you guessing. You are a magnet for a love that is rooted in honesty, presence, and soul-deep resonance. That's why the universe had to take its time. That's why things had to fall apart before they could come together. The angels say this was never punishment, it was preparation. This person you hold in your heart has felt the shift as well. At times, it has kept them awake at night, with memories flooding back without warning. Your name pops into their mind when they least expect it. They feel the nudge, the invitation, the pull. And slowly, they're beginning to surrender to it. They are coming to realize that what you shared wasn't temporary, it was the seed of something eternal. They are being drawn toward you not by guilt or confusion, but by a sense of soul alignment. Their heart, once guarded, is starting to open again. Their mind, once clouded by fear or pride, is beginning to clear. The more they step into their truth, the more they recognize that you've never left their heart. So what happens now? The angels want you to know that you're not waiting in vain. Something is already shifting in the unseen. Conversations are being rehearsed in their mind, messages they want to send, encounters they wish to create. And soon they will feel compelled to act, not from fear of losing you, but from the desire to finally embrace what they've always known deep down, that your connection is sacred, and it deserves a real chance. When they do return, it may be subtle, a message, an apology, a question cloaked in curiosity. Don't look for a grand entrance. Look for the sincerity in their tone, the truth in their eyes. And remember, you don't have to rush anything. You've already done the hardest part. You stayed open to love in a world that told you to shut down. You chose faith over fear, heart over logic. And now, the universe is rewarding that choice. Your life is entering a new season. A season where the past no longer holds power and where the future begins to unfold with grace. This connection isn't here to distract you or derail you. It's here to meet you where you've grown. To complement, not complete. To add to your light, not dim it. And most importantly, it's here to show you that the love you believed in was never naive, it was prophetic. Because the universe only rearranges for soul contracts that are meant to be fulfilled. And this one, it's just getting started. Now that the energy is aligning, your soul will begin to feel it more deeply. You may notice a calm confidence rising within you, a sense that something is coming, not from desperation, but from divine knowing. That's how reunion energy works. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It doesn't demand, it invites. And right now, the invitation is being extended to both of you. From the universe. From the angels. From your highest selves. They are orchestrating a sacred meeting point, one where love is not based on attachment, but on truth. One where each of you can show up fully, without masks or walls. The angels want you to visualize that moment. The moment when you see each other again, not as who you were, but as who you've become. You'll recognize the growth in their eyes. They'll see the strength in yours. And in that quiet recognition, the past will dissolve. All the misunderstandings, the fear, and the distance, it won't matter. What will matter is the presence. The softness. The quiet but undeniable knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Together, but better. Because this time, love won't be about fixing or proving. It will be about honoring. About allowing. About choosing each other from a place of truth, not fear. And when love is chosen like that, it lasts. The angels whisper now that this reunion is not about going back. It's about moving forward. Not repeating cycles, but co-creating something entirely new. Something that aligns with the love you've cultivated within yourself. And maybe, just maybe, the delay wasn't a delay at all. Maybe it was grace. Maybe it was divine protection. keeping you both apart until you could meet again with clarity and peace. The universe never says no, it says not yet, when something better is being prepared. And what's being prepared now is not just a meeting. It's a merging of energies, of intentions, of hearts that have been quietly calling for each other all along. Dear soul, you have done the work. You've cried. You've healed. You've let go. You've held on to hope in the dark. And the universe has witnessed every bit of it. Nothing you've felt was wasted. Every emotion, every prayer, every why me moment, it's all been collected, transformed, and woven into the divine tapestry that is bringing this person back to you. But not just as they were. As they are now. Ready. So what can you do in this moment? Trust. Trust that what's meant for you is making its way. Trust that the silence had purpose. That the detour was actually a direct path to deeper love. And most of all, trust yourself. Your intuition has been your compass all along. And now it's pointing you to a future that is softer, more aligned, and more full of the kind of love you've always deserved. And if doubt tries to creep in, remember this: love like this doesn't fade. It anchors itself in the soul. And even when the mind forgets, the heart remembers. And the universe responds. You are not chasing. You are attracting. Not forcing. Aligning. Not waiting. Preparing. The universe is moving people. Shifting timelines. Collapsing old stories. All to bring you to the one moment where everything makes sense. And when that moment arrives, you'll understand why it took this long. Why it had to hurt. Why it had to heal. And why now, more than ever, your heart was right to believe. The reunion is not a maybe, it's a manifestation. A divine convergence of hearts that were never truly apart. They only become whole in their own time, in their own space, until the universe whispered, "Now."